So how do we configure the art portal? And it's going to exist if we have an elite or we have a pro account. That's where we're going to see it. And so as soon as you activate an elite or a pro account, this right here shows up, because this has got all the graphics builder artwork. And then when we go to account settings, right here, you're going to have all of this, art approvals. Okay, so couple things, or excuse me, art portal. Couple things that are really important, and some of you have not done this, and you need to do this. This is really important. Number one, the way you want your business to be presented in your art approvals is what's in here. This is the way that the business is going to be presented. This is different than your account settings. This is just how you want your art approvals to look. Your logo, you should be uploading your logo as a PNG file with a transparent background. If you do a JPEG or a GIF file, it's going to have a white bounding box around it. And we don't want that white bounding box because we want to be able to change the color scheme in our portal and not have a big white blob behind here. Okay, so that's that. Under art approvals, one of the things I recommend is turning off display watermarks on all art approvals, so we can elect to turn it on or off, adding the word copyright 2021 here in front of the Craig's. Hold on, we can change this to Craig's Creations. We'll change that. Making it a little bit bigger and a little bit more opaque. So I'm going to make my watermark a little larger, and opacity, we can ghost it in, and it's kind of ghosted there, or it's solid over here. It's up to me how I want to do it. I'm going to kind of ghost mine in there. So we're going to update that. But here's where we get to art portal configuration. Okay, so remember this right here, this logo. Remember that, okay? So when we go to art portal configuration, this logo is going to be built into my art portal. And by virtue of doing this right here, see how it shows up? And this is where I can determine how big or small it's going to be. You see that? So let's talk about the different settings that are in here. Number one, I have it enabled. If I want to turn it off, I can just disable it. Okay, and then it's dead end. Nobody can go to it. But I have it enabled. Here is my unique link. You cannot set the link. You can't change the link. If you know HTML, you can certainly change the link and redirect to this page. That's what Greg is doing on his next level page. He's redirecting this link to his main hypertext link. So he's got that set up in his web page. Here is how you get to your art portal, and here's how you copy the link right here. But here's how you get to the portal. I am electing to let clients choose from design ideas, clip art, and fonts. And I think fonts is a nice touch because a lot of times, people they might want to have a specific kind of scripty font. They have a rough idea. I think letting them also submit fonts is a good idea. And anytime you make a change in here, you want to update. Navigation, I added a link to the main GraphicsFlow website. So to add a link, all you have to do is click on Add Link, put the hypertext link in here, put the description of how you want it to display, and that will go in your art portal. And it starts off in the middle of the page, the next one will go to the right, then the next one will go to the left, and then it'll eventually fill up, and then they'll start stacking. Once you get too many of them, then they'll start stacking below. So you can use this as just your web page. And I'm quite confident clients that do not have a web page will use their art portal as their web page. So something you could do is just squat on a URL, go onto GoDaddy, buy a URL real quick, and just redirect your homepage to art portal, and you have your own little custom web page. Pretty slick. I have displayed the need help option. This plays a little movie that shows people how to submit an art request. And I've also left the contact form up there. I can turn the contact form off if I choose to, but I've left the contact form up there. And anytime you make changes in here, you need to update your navigation. Notifications, anytime somebody submits the contact form, I have it coming to me. But I could also assign that to the sales department and another person that's a member of my team. We can add team members over here. Okay. Design requests. In bigger companies, design requests are going to go to the art department. So I could assign design requests to both me and other me right there. I'm going to turn that out because I don't want to get too many emails. So these can go to multiple people or a single person. It's up to you. Again, update notifications. But here's where we get into the fun stuff where you can actually configure your copy. Now, right now I'm using the default copy. And if I get rid of all of this, and I get rid of all of this, I can reset that to default copy right there. So I'm going to change this, say browse our design collections. Okay, so I'm going to update that. Okay, and you can change this text too. It's up to you. I've made my logo kind of big, and then I've changed my header and my background color. So if you like knew the RGB values for this color, let's say I wanted to make the background red, and I've got it, this is set to hex values. So one thing I could do is I could go this route, but I could also click on this and put RGB values in here. I could just move that in the corner. It's going to be 255 red, but we can make it 254 red too. And so now if I update, if I update this display settings and I go to my art portal, it's going to have this horrendous red background. So you can either put your own values in there. It's actually not that bad. Here's my hypertext link to my website. Here's the need help video, and here's the contact form right here. And then we got that pretty awful red background. So we're going to come down here. We're going to change that. Is go over here and type in 13 176 and 43. Okay. So that's now the background color. Yeah, so that's actually the legit colors now. That matches that, and this is that bright poppin' green, and I actually really like it. So, and then this is in white. So I think it looks really good. So that's basically it right there. And I do like the new color scheme better. I'm pretty much happier with this. I think it's brighter. It's a little more impactful. It looks really good. So that is the whole scoop.